Hey y'all, it's Laura and welcome back to my go-to design series where we're going through each and every one of my go-to designs that I create foundations for my pages with. If you'd like to see the very first one explaining this whole series, I will link that at the very end of the video so that you can get caught up. There will be about 15 videos in this series and they'll be up every single Saturday for the next couple of months. So let's head over to the desk and see which go-to design we're doing today. Today's go-to design I call the shelf, which seems pretty self-explanatory. So the idea with this particular design is to create shelves on your layout. Sometimes I use them to hold my photos, sometimes they are just decoration in the background, but this is a great way to use up bits and pieces that are maybe a bit tricky for you to use on a layout, like stacks of books. I fussy cut a whole page of books from a Chamel collection and then realized I had too many. And so that was why this style was born, was to use up some of these books, some of these little dinosaur pieces, and just create a bit of a landscape of bookshelves and trinkets and things that you would decorate your room with. But I definitely wanted to go with a book theme on this one in particular. Now my photo is up on a little bit of foam, which allows these bits and pieces to be layered in different heights. So I can put books on top of books. I can give these guys a little bit of height and give them the appearance of 3D-ness because my shelf itself is on a little bit of foam. Now I have two photos of my youngest son, a 4x6 and a 3x4 of him reading. That was the focus of the layout. I have little bits and pieces popping out on the side, which is a whole lot of fun. And everything here is resting on a series of washi tape and pattern paper shelves. I love this, but it is new to me. So I don't have 100 of these to pick from. I think I've done about 4 or 5 total, and I really enjoy it. This is an up-and-coming go-to style that has become a new one for me, one that I lean into every once in a while, and I'm hoping to do a lot more with in the future. Here is another way you can do the shelf. This takes it to the next level. Instead of just one shelf, we have 3 shelves across the top. Again, my photos are being supported by these shelves as well. We've got some washi and some pattern paper strips here too, and my photos and some fun little bits and pieces that are just tucked back behind to fill space. I have my journaling in strips down here at the bottom, which also helps give it a little bit of structure and support to the layout. But in this case, we're doing a lot of the same things with the books and the dinosaurs, but this time we're adding in robots. We're adding in stars, we're adding in cameras, and just kind of showing you can step outside of just basic things like books and really put in a lot of interesting things on these bookshelves. Again, they are lifted up on foam so that I can create layers within the bookshelf, because that's certainly something that I do in real life. I'll have a layer of books in the back and then I will put little figurines in the front. So that made perfect sense to me. I really enjoyed adding in these little words on this one. I thought that was kind of fun, especially documenting a school layout. So this was documenting my oldest daughter's first time in middle school, getting her locker, showing me what her desk was in one of her classes. What does it look like? And I thought, how cool would it be to be able to look back on this for her and see what middle school was like for her. So really love this for a school layout. I think it works perfectly. Now this one's a little bit different. It's a definitely different take on the shelf idea. So for this one, I've actually used these gold pieces, which are meant to look like labels from a Pink Fresh Studio thicker set collection. And I'm using them to create small shelves around my photos. But I'm also using pattern paper shelves, and that still counts. If you would prefer not to do the creation of your own shelves, you can also fussy cut out some of the pre-made shelves in pattern paper to get that same effect in your background. And I really love this. Again, my youngest son reading, he's homeschooled, so I have quite a few pictures of him reading and love to celebrate that for him. But these here, I just adore. I think this is a great way to use something like this that's a very bold, brassy gold. And so using it in smaller chunks here, kind of tucked underneath of things as though it's a shelf, creating a shelf for my photos and journaling. I love that. I think that's a great way to use it. Now this is the last one. And in this case, I've taken my shelf idea to even further level. The entire background is shelves. And my photos are both sitting up on these thin shelves, just like everything else. This is such a fun design, and it is definitely something I will do again in the future, particularly if I have a lot of smaller photos. For example, if your son or daughter has a lot of projects from school, you could certainly do something like this. Maybe just have one photo of the child in the center and then some of their smaller projects looking like they're framed on the shelf. I think that would look really cool. In this case, these are photos of my twins at school, and they were learning to write their names, and they have a big whiteboard. It's kind of, what do they call that? It's not like a whiteboard. It's like a pull down thing. And it has some kind of sensor and lets them write on it. So they were able to practice their name on this board with the projector projecting their name onto it and having an absolute blast. And I thought, how perfect, another school layout to use this shelf idea on. And I've also mixed it in with a little of picture in picture. So it's a smaller layout within a larger layout. And the idea here was I thought it looked a lot like a chalkboard, which is very school related. And I thought a clever idea. So that's it for this particular design. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is one you're going to see more of in the future because I am really, really liking it. And it's an up-and-coming go-to design, we'll say. I do have new videos coming for you every Saturday for a few more weeks, detailing some more upcoming go-to designs that are new and fresh, and I think really exciting ways to change up your scrappy repertoire. That's it for this one, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Be sure to leave me a comment below if you have anything to share, and until next time, bye guys.